What's up, my friends? Today we're in the lab. This is kind of like a home economics class. I used to love that, actually. That was like one of my favorite subjects, that in phys ed back in high school. But we're making kombucha. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's super, super healthy for you. And this is my first batch I've ever done. I've had this baby just fermenting it for like the last 7 days. So I'm in the middle of it right now. I'm going to walk you through start to finish at the end because I'm going to be making another batch here shortly. But right now I just kind of want to go through the bottling stage where I have all my fruit and different flavors that I'm going to be bottling and letting ferment for another 3 days. So it's about a 10-day process to make a whole batch of kombucha. This is a 4-liter. Actually, I have another one here. So what you need first of all are a couple of big glass jars. As you can see, this is 5-liter, this is 4-liter, and I'll kind of walk you through real quick to kind of get you caught up to where we are right now. The first thing you need is organic cane sugar. So organic cane sugar, big bag of it. You put, well, you can search online for directions and the amounts depending on how big your container and batch is going to be. But I put 1 cup of sugar in, really, really hot water. You stir it up, and then you put some black tea in. So I've got my black tea here from Japan. Good quality black tea is important. Put a couple scoops of that in. I have like one of those steel, I'll show you what I have actually. This is my teapot from Taiwan I just got on my last trip there. And I have I don't know what this thing's called. Sterling silver seeper, I guess a tea seeper. Put a couple scoops of black tea in. You put it in there. And then the thing that you need to start all of this is something called a SCOBY or SCOBY. I don't know how you pronounce it properly, but I'm going to show you what that is. I've never touched this thing yet. I got it from my friend Brandon, who's like the kombucha king. So what I've had to do, if you can see in here, I'm going to turn this around. You see this big, it looks like a big, what are those things in the ocean that sting you? Like a stingray, it looks like a big stingray kind of floating on top there. So this is basically like a big thing of yeast. You have to keep it covered, keep everything out. I'm really kind of nervous to even touch this thing. It looks so slimy and gross, but I gotta take it out. And then I'm gonna use use a filter here to pour it into the bottle. And then I'll bottle these for another 3 days to let these ferment. So here we go. This is my first time ever doing this. I really hope, I've been waiting 7 days for this moment. I hope I don't mess it up here. So I just have to remember what I have to do first. So I take this out, and then I basically just pour this in, and then I leave this. I gotta cover this again. Just trying to remember all the directions here. All right, I'm just gonna go for it. I think I got it. The thing is, can you see this? There's a layer of kind of, actually I don't want to drop it, so I'm going to just put that down. I had to wash my hands with vinegar, so my hands are clean. Actually, I'm going to take my rings off. Oh, it feels so slimy. So here's the first one. See what that looks like? That was just floating on top. That's so weird. So there's one. And here's the big one I'm going to take out here. Oh, weird. You see that? Looks like a chicken breast. But there's all this other stuff floating in here. How do I take all this out? I guess this is just part of the juice. There's a bunch of stuff floating in here. Well, you know what I'm going to do? And then what you need to do is you have to pour 1 cup. What's 1 cup? I need 1 cup. Ugh, gross. So this is yeast, basically. Look at that, it's moldy yeast. I gotta put 1 cup. Oh shit, I just spilt it everywhere. Fuck. Sorry. Oh man, this is a disaster. This is gonna be a lot more difficult than I thought. Okay, that's over here. I guess I just have to pour it fast. That smells really vinegary. There's got to be a better way. I'm spilling everywhere here. You know what? I'm going to put this down here. Told you it was going to be an adventure. If you're listening on the podcast on iTunes, go to YouTube. It's definitely worth it. I'm wasting so much. Oh shit, overflowing. That's not good. Man, this is a mess. Alright, so I got 1 bottle. So I put fruit in here. So this is my lemon and strawberry. Lemon and strawberry one. Just gonna let that settle. Oh no, and it's spilling everywhere. I gotta get a towel, y'all. Just a sec. This is an adventure. I don't want to get this into my keyboard here. All right, bottle 1 done. Next one, I got blueberries, strawberries, and some lemon in this one. This is getting easier. Boom, look at that. You know what, I'm going to use the rest of this in here. I know what I should do. I should just put this in. No, it doesn't fit. Okay, this one's up to the top as well. Bottle number 2. Complete. Halfway done. Looks like we got about half left here, so. It's much easier once there's less. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of this stuff, I think. I don't think I'm gonna get all 4 bottles. That's not gonna be enough for another bottle, I don't think. So I need to keep my, yeah, I poured so much out. I might just have, this is what the SCOBY looks like. I gotta keep this thing in here until I make my next batch, which I'm gonna do later. And all right, I'll go for it. This one here is grape. So I've got grape and apple in this one. And this third one was apple and a couple blueberries. So I'm trying to mix up different flavors, test it out. Yeah, not getting that much on this one. Half a bottle. Oh well. Gross. So that is that. And now I just bottle them up. One. Two. Actually, this one might have a little bit too much in. Pour some of this one into here. This is for carbonation, so they'll get carbonated real quick. That might be a little too low, I'm not sure. 3. Four. Well, here we go. So that is that. Which one do you think is going to be the best one? I think this one, strawberry and blueberry and some lemon. First batch of kombucha, and now I'm going to start my second one, where I'm going to do it in the 5 liter. But the thing is, you have to wait to make the tea first, and you have to let the tea cool down to room temperature. So I'm going to go and boil some tea. I'm going to probably stop this now, but I'll just tell you what you would need to do to start from scratch. So what you would do, you would fill this up with hot water, and then you would put whatever ratio of sugar in first, and then you would stir the sugar up and let it, make sure there's no grains of sugar in there. Once there's no grains left, it's all stirred up into the liquid and diffused. Then you put your steep your tea, your black tea in there for about 10 minutes. I think 10 to 15 minutes, and then you'll see the color turn dark. And then after that, take the tea out, and then you just cover it, but you don't want to cover it with a lid. You want to cover it with like a cloth on top, put an elastic band around it, and then let it sit for a while. Let it just kind of come down to room temperature before you put your SCOBY in, because if you put your SCOBY in and it's hot, it's gonna kill it. It's just like, yeah, it's gonna be bad. And then so a few hours later, or just overnight, what I did here, I waited overnight. I put my SCOBY in the morning. You put your SCOBY in, it'll sink down to the bottom. You cover it up, you keep it in a dark place. So I basically put a t-shirt over it, put an elastic band around the top, keep it nice and tight, and then I put it under my desk here, and I just let it sit there for like 7 days. So it just sat there for 7 days, and you don't want to move it, you don't want to be checking on it. It's just like set it and forget it. So I just took it out today for the first time, and then what I saw was that the SCOBY was at top with that layer of film on top, and then you just saw what happened. I took it out, I put it in there, filled up my bottles with the fruit for the flavoring that I wanted, and now I'm going to start the process all over again. I'm going to make my tea in here, and now I have 2, so I can have 2 of these going. And the thing is, when you get the SCOBY on the top, you'll have 2 SCOBYs, so you can actually take it out and start running a bigger brewery, basically, of a health drink. This is like one of the best drinks, and not only drinks, but just like food that you can be intaking. There's just so many healing power, or nutribiotics. Anyway, it's healthy. So I hope that this was your first glimpse of how to make kombucha. Leave a comment below. Have you ever tasted this before? Have you ever made it before? What do you think? And go ahead, give it a shot. You can order these glass bottles online or check them out at your local grocery store. And it's fun. Most men brew beer, but real men brew kombucha. All right, guys, peace. I gotta clean all this up, this big mess that I made. And I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for the next episode where who knows what's gonna be happening. Cheers.